What is reality? What is reality? As I pop my ears open. Okay? When you put these dreadlocks over your ears, it's just like having fabric here. I mean, it's really almost soundproof. But hello, how are you? I am the infamous Spirit Tree Naima. What is reality? What is reality? Talk to me. What is existence? What are these things? As I come to you tonight, okay? Because everything is already planned. Everything is already pre-orchestrated. Your future has already been mapped out. I know you want to say, no, it hasn't. But if it hadn't already been mapped out, then explain to me why we as psychics can tell you ahead of time what's getting ready to happen. Because it's already been played out multiple times. You've already lived this reality because you got other realities too. Because you are multi-dimensional. This dimension is not the only dimension that you exist in. Did you not know that? Hello? The reason why I brought this up is because I had a very heated conversation with my son-in-law and daughter. That was very interesting. It was so interesting until I was just like hot. I was like, whoo, turn the air conditioner on because it was a hot conversation. And we were talking about multiple realities existing at one time. And y'all know how I feel. Y'all know that I know that this space that I am occupying right now, this dimension that I am occupying at the moment, is existing more than just one time. This space that I am taking up at this point is not only myself. You understand? Existing in this space, there are other existence in this space. Man, we had a hot video. I did a live and YouTube took it down and blocked it because they said I used some copyrighted material when I played the song When the Levees Broke. They said that a company called Merle had the copyrights and they had the right to just block any content of anyone using the music, and I wish that I had known it. I would not have used it because it's not that great of a song by Minnie Memphis. I don't know. They may just decide, okay, you can't even call her name. I don't know. You know, but we're just taking a chance to see what's going to happen. Hello? But so Memphis Minnie's Levee Broke was not one of her best to me. I enjoyed more or less the song Hoodoo Lady. That was one of my favorites. But so we talked about that thing. We talked about that thing. And we talked about the fact that we talked about whether or not we exist outside of this physical body. You know, is there something to look forward to? And they were very concerned about it. And that's when I brought up, you know, the fact that my fear of dying is not that I may go to hell and be tortured or be lost somewhere. My fear is not existing. You know what I'm saying? That's the greatest fear. The greatest fear of mine is just no longer being conscious anymore, okay? But, you know, there are many levels of consciousness, so don't think I'm talking about on a physical level, but I'm talking about on a spiritual level, on an omnipotent level. You understand what I'm saying? The fear of no longer being conscious, being aware, not physically, but spiritual. Just think about that. If you just, it's just lights out. There's nothing else to look forward to. You understand? To me, you know what's worst than starving, worse than being thirsty. I think the worst thing is just not having any hope. That's worse than not having faith. I mean, that's just not having hope. No hope. My hope is that after I have done all of this, all of my duties here, you understand, have been accomplished or whatever, the hope is that there's something to graduate up to the next level. Excuse Gede and the towels and everything. I just popped the camera out because I wanted to talk about all of this, and you know, what was on my mind, you know, because we talked about that today. We talked about existence and what does that mean? You understand what I'm saying? What does existence mean? The fact that I feel like myself personally, it's not solid, it's not sound, it's not predictable, it's not any of those things. You know what I'm saying? So what is existence? What does existence mean? What is reality? We talked that we got in a little heated debate with talking about reality and what reality is. They talked about the fact that they believe that let me give you an example. Like I said, I hate that video got taken down. Let me give you an example. I say that the earth is flat. They say that the earth is round. And I say, and you're basing it on, you know, what? And they, you know, and we talked about it. They said they based it on what they see on TV, what science says. Then they asked me, what am I basing mines off of? And I said, the internet and the independent sciences and what they say. And what I was trying to get them to understand is just because it's on TV, because they told me this, just because they show you something on the internet does not mean that it's true. And I wanted to explain to them, just because you see it on CNN and Fox News, that does not mean it's true. Everything they show us is not necessarily true. I only want to believe in those things that I've truly experienced. Have I experienced that the earth is flat? Yeah, because I'm looking right now around me and everything's flat. I'm talking about as far as my foundation. That's what I'm basing mine upon. You know, are you basing yours upon the fact that when you walk outside, you see a roundness, a curvature? You understand what I'm saying? To the landmass when you go outside and walk? Well, I'm like, so what are you basing upon? I'm basing mine upon what I am witnessing. I witness a flat foundation. They are witnessing a flat foundation, but I want them to know that what they're basing their opinions off of is information that has been shared on TV. There are a lot of people believe that because it's on Fox News or CNN or the local news or on the national news or anything that NASA presents to us, that it is truth. So we went back and forth with it, to finally I said, you know what's important? What's important is to realize there are many realities. You know what I'm saying? Many realities. I could be talking to you right now and we can be in two different realities. Does not mean your reality is wrong and my reality is right. Excuse me. It does not mean any of those things. It means we're in two different places at the same time. That's why I say this space right here that I am occupying right now, okay? I am not the only thing that exists in this place right now. There can be many things existing right here. It's layers and layers and layers. I cannot tell you enough You know, this right here, one space, this here, many realities. Each page is a reality. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about is something dawned on me. Remember I told y'all I had a client long ago, 2 years prior to his transitioning. He was telling me that he was having nightly realities. You understand? When he went to sleep, realities that were very real. We call them lucid. He called it solid reality, where in his home there were 2 little Mexican girls in his house all of the time. And he was back and forth. They were arguing about whose place it was. He was like, what y'all doing in my house? And they were saying, hey, look, you know, they knew his name. What you doing in our house? This is our house. Each night he was dealing with that for 2 years until he was murdered. And what spooked me out is we found out last year, because this right here, the murder happened 3 years ago. But we found out last year that in that house right now, there are 2 little Mexican girls that he, just the way he described them, that live in the house. What is reality? Thank you, baby. What is existence? What is that? Because what he was seeing was what we call the future. I keep telling you, the future already happened. Okay? The future already happened. So in a nutshell, what was going on is that he was a ghost. A disincarnate spirit in his own existence at that particular time. That's the best way I could explain it. The 2 little girls were in the ghost because he was saying, there's some ghost little girls in my house. Come to think about it, he was the ghost in the house. Once again, please explain to me what you all think, or what is your take on what is really and truly reality. Is reality really solid? Or when I say, or is existence solid? Is this thing solid? Or is this thing something that can be manipulated, something that can be, you know, rewind or paused or fast forwarded? Because in our reality, we'll say that it was fast forwarded. He fast forwarded his reality, and he was able to see in the future the people that were going to be living in the house after he was going to be murdered. You see what I'm saying? So how solid is reality? Can it be manipulated? Can it really be rewind, paused, or fast forwarded? It's kind of like what I want to say. What y'all think? And I talked to y'all about this before. You know, as I sit here, does the local Walmart really exist when I'm not there? Or, I mean, when I can't see it, does it really exist? You know what I'm saying? Those places that I just left, do they exist when I'm not there? I just left a restaurant. Is that restaurant still there in my reality? Or is it only there and the people that were in there, only there, you understand, when I'm there? How sound is reality? I know what y'all saying, Mama, you don't sound in. You sound like you're very insane at the moment. But you know, I had my aha moment, and I'm an open-minded person. You know, that was just like the client, when the client was telling me what they were going through. You know, I was open-minded about it. I didn't say you off your bunkers. You got to be crazy. Because as I see it now, seeing the same two little Mexican girls living in the house right now, he was definitely on to something. Does the local grocery store exists around the corner in your reality when you're not there? How do you know? It may not be there. How do I know the ocean is really there? You understand what I'm saying? In my reality, the ocean may only be